This is TWiT.
What's next? What are we working on next? What's the immediate goal right now? I know you're not done.
No, there is another lander, a legged lander, not a rover, that's going to be landing on Mars in 2016. It's called the InSight lander. It's a sister to the Phoenix lander that landed at the North Pole of Mars in 2007. If you remember, it was able to, when it landed to the North Pole, it scraped the top surface of the North Pole and found ice.
CO2 ice.
Water ice.
H2O ice?
Water ice. Water ice was everywhere, just inches below the surface of the north half of the planet. Mars is it's frozen solid, but it's full of water. There's still a lot of water remaining on that planet. And so Phoenix was a huge success in terms of its understanding of not just the poles of Mars, but also where the chemistry of the remaining water that's still there. So that same lander is being altered to be a seismometer. It's basically a station that's landing on Mars. It's going to analyze. It's going to sense the thermal heat that comes out of Mars. See if they can find Mars quakes. See how active is Mars as a planet. And that's coming up pretty soon. So. But the other thing was, meanwhile, we're building up another rover, a rover that's just like Curiosity, except unlike Curiosity being a roving laboratory, this is going to go and collect core samples. It's going to do science, but it's also going to collect lots of core samples and then pull them together into a pile and put them down after years of looking at rocks and collecting core samples. It'll put this pile of rocks into a place where a future mission can land next to it, grab those core samples, and launch them in a rocket to put into orbit around the sun, around Mars, and put them in a spacecraft about this big around. So that spacecraft's going to have those core samples in it, and it'll be in orbit for months or years before yet another orbiter comes along, gobbles it up, flies it across back to Earth to be collected and analyzed by scientists on this planet.